Hi everybody! I'm doing a 30-minute session for Beth today. Beth, thank you so much for the opportunity to connect with you, and thank you so much for sharing here on YouTube. Okay, I'm going to read your goals out loud and then I'm going to get started. So you say, "Hi Abbey, I'd like to release any weight in my heart. I feel distracted and unproductive. Maybe there's a reason why. I'd like to have a chakra clearing and any guidance from my guides and higher self for 2022. Thank you." Release any weight in your heart, okay? You're feeling distracted, unproductive, and you're wanting to know what's causing that. And you're feeling weight in your heart. It's an overall chakra clearing and any guidance. Got it. All right, Beth. I'm going to relax and get started now. Thank you so much again for this opportunity. I'm so excited to help you. I see you. You're in a unique looking space. It's got kind of a sci-fi look to it. Maybe this is the inside of a spaceship. Maybe we're inside of a planet in some technological room. So the room is made out of some kind of silver metal, and it's not silver. It's something very basic about it, but it shines and behaves like it's made out of silver. It's actually quite lightweight, almost made out of air. Now in the center of the room, there's like an upside down triangle and a right side up triangle and a sphere in the center, and it seems to be made out of diamond. Maybe it's ice. It seems to be some kind of mineral, and you are chipping at this with a pickaxe. You literally are chipping away at this, and you're getting nowhere. This is an unbreakable substance, and you're exhausted. I mean, you're collapsing on the ground. And you give yourself a few breaths of air, try to rehabilitate as quickly as you can, get back on your feet, you keep chipping away at this, okay? Like you have to chip it all the way down. And you say, "I'm the only one who can do it." And you fall to the ground again because you're exhausted and you need to breathe again. I say, "What in the world are you doing?" What is this? Why are we here? What are you trying to accomplish? What's the goal? Tell me. You say, "There is something inside of this diamond substance. And if you can chip away all this substance to get to that, you're going to get something out of this, okay? And it's red in color." You also tell me the diamond substance is related to what could be described as a twin sister who is always making it hard for you and getting in the way of your productivity. And if you could just bypass your twin sister, then you could get the things that you need as quickly as you would like to get to them without any of this extra hard work. I say, "Well, that's interesting." So your twin sister is basically this diamond substance or the manifestation of it, creating this work that is causing you exhaustion and you can't get through it to get to the thing that you need. So why is this twin sister, why are you allowing her to be in the way of what your needs are? Why are you giving her the power to do that? It's almost like you want to give her some sort of meaning or purpose, and she puts her energy into the purpose of making your life harder instead of making your life easier. I'm waiting for you to respond. You're thinking. You say, "I just want to sleep," and you fall asleep right then and there on the floor. And I start to see this massive eye and this massive face and this mischievous smile. And you're trapped in a jar like a little insect in a glass jar. And she thinks it's hilarious that you feel that you have to accomplish this task because it's not as important as you're perceiving it to be. She's not nice at all. She's a very not nice energy. I'm learning more about her. I'm learning more about what this means. When I go into your goals, this is what I'm shown, okay? All right, so let me go to your twin sister because I can see her clearly. She has really dark skin and black hair. She's very beautiful. She loves attention. She feels worthy of attention all the time, all the attention of the world, everybody to see her. She's constantly like, yes, hello, hi, yes, I know, me, I'm so great. She's like this, okay? There's even like photos being taken and she's in this like beautiful dress. I don't know why me seeing her is altering your energy flow like you are seeing her for the first time. And I see that you would do anything to make her happy. And it's kind of like a Cinderella and the stepmother type relationship. But you're the same age. She's not your mother, for instance. Like a stepmother or a mother and you're a daughter, like you don't have to do anything for her. She needs to do for herself. But you have this desire to help her. It's almost like she's missing her heart and she's cruel. She's cruel. And she's not exactly fake either. Like, she genuinely loves all the attention. That becomes her heart energy. So when she receives all that attention, it's like her heart is getting brighter, but it's more like her ego is getting brighter. But she's not, it's not easy to undermine her, so she's clever. She's not completely plastic, okay? She's smart as well. I say I don't feel like you need to do anything else for her. She can be whoever she wants to be, but I don't feel like you need to do anything else for her. And when you just stop giving energy to her, giving attention to her, once you stop that, then look at all that comes back to you. So we're going to test this, okay? We're going to test this out. And you are going to now just not give her any energy and let's see what it looks like, okay? You start to become sick. When you don't give any energy to her, I start to see half of your face melting off. And it's horrendous. Like underneath is burnt flesh and a lot of suffering on one side of yourself. And it's very twisted and has sharp teeth and glaring eye that it's just complete evil. So you no longer give to her, but now it's exposing something inside yourself. What I'm seeing here is you're coming into balance with who you are. Something happened in your life to cause this extreme conflict. Your relationship with yourself has been an extreme conflict, and this has been going on for a while because it's almost like you can sense, because you are her also, you can sense that as soon as the heart side of who you are stops giving to her, you'll have to work together as one. And it's been so long that it feels out of balance. My guides are saying, so you have this heart side of you must be the weight that you're talking about that you want cleared out, and what you're feeling about unproductive. Something is coming into focus here. A responsibility that maybe you're not consciously clear on what this is. You haven't put your finger on it yet. This is going on beneath the surface of day-to-day life, okay? This is how your energy is interacting with itself, split into two people. Now, one is, you could say, completely selfish and evil and cruel. This is your relationship with yourself. The other is completely giving and generous and loving. And so we have this is the relationship. I mean, this is the balance in your heart, your relationship with yourself. So this could be a self-punishing side with a self-nurturing side, and trying to, let's say, let go of the self-punishing side by just bringing it back in and nurturing it and healing it in a balanced way, so you can be whole. This is quite a feat, because still I see you not giving energy to her, and she's manifesting as half of yourself, and she's coming in with all this dark old energy. You're not bothered by it, but also you are bothered by it because you want nothing to do with her, which you're going to have something to do with her because she's you. It's like no surprise that she branched off into the mind and the ego, because you branched off into the heart. So who's in control of the vessel in the way, like who's at the helm of the ship of your body, who is directing your actions and decisions, is somehow a relationship between this mind-ego part and this distinctive heart part. But we need to bring them into oneness with each other so they can work together as best friends, as one. Like two lovers or two soulmates now working in harmony with each other. Doesn't really become two, it feels more like one working together as a whole, okay? You feel very disappointed in yourself. You feel sad. You feel ashamed. You feel embarrassed. This is the heart side of you. She's like a stone. She's like a Medusa seeing her own reflection in the mirror, turns into a stone. You have to walk with her. You have to walk her everywhere. She weighs you down substantially. She's sleeping, is what they say. She needs rest. She needs to sleep, because you're not feeding her anymore. You're not carrying her like a baby anymore. She's going to have to grow up and be her own presentation of herself, which is going to blend with you. You're going to start expressing yourself in a new way. It's actually a really cool thing. So let me get to the point in time where she's not sleeping anymore, if I can, okay? No, they say they want me to merge with her. So I'm just going to go into the stone body. It's half of you. She's being attacked by herself. She's in a dimension where she literally, they look like dragonflies, but they sting like bees, and they have sharp teeth. They're like piranhas as well that fly and sting and bite. And there's millions of them flying all around her, and she's being consumed by these. She's screaming and she's being ripped apart again and again and again and again. She refuses to have anything to do with you. She'd rather be tortured than ever have anything to do with you. Wow. Jeez. This is how hard it is to walk into the light, because you have to live with yourself and the choices that you've made when you lost your way. And now you get to see yourself in the mirror, and that's the process of merging with the light. So she's merging with your heart. She's merging with who you are, which is who she is. It's the angelic side of who she is, and she's resisting her angelic side. She would rather create pain for herself and you than ever come back to the angelic oneness of herself. So what caused this? They're saying it's like it doesn't matter what caused it. It is. And what matters most is that we repair it. So let's keep working on this. She becomes she's been stung and eaten so many times by these insect-like things. She's turning into a big... It's like a meatball monster. It's like her mouth is her whole face, and she has eyes and a nose, and it's like a meatball body, and she's huge. She's huge. In every direction, she is huge. And her heart is barely beating, and she's so angry, and she feels so ugly. She says horrible things to herself about how ugly she is. But she says horrible things like how stupid she is, how ugly she is, how everything is wrong with her, okay? And she hates herself in every way, shape, and form. And so she's becoming as ugly as she feels that she is. But the thing is, she's you, and she's resisting being this beautiful angelic energy. So we just have to keep going through the layers, just however long it needs to take, and however many faces she needs to explore for her to stop hurting herself, okay? So I'm supposed to become you now, okay? I'm leaving her dimensional space. I'm going to go into your dimensional space, so your other half, your heart half. You want to live your life completely separated from her. Actually, you're saying that from the heart, but it's a bit dry, which tells me it's not fully felt. It's not the full truth. It is the truth, but not the full truth, because it's dried out. It's not fed with moisture and meaning, okay? And you're tired of it, you're sick of it, you want nothing to do with it, just let her go, just someone take this half. I can be the whole for myself. I don't need her. You're honest about it because you're fed up, you're tired. Not feeding her anymore is giving you so much self-awareness and healing that you don't, it's like good riddance kind of thing. Like, wow, I can't believe I was serving this part of me in such a way that I was draining myself and letting her behave like that and treat me in this way. And how could I have done this to myself? I don't care if she's in suffering. I don't care. She can choose to whatever decision she wants to make. I'm going to live for me. I'm going to start putting my energy into me, and I don't care if I'm half of me. I'll still be a whole. I'll still be more of me than I'll ever be with her. Even her has healed her. That's what you're saying. You're telling like your higher self, your guides, you're telling the universe this. You're afraid of falling. You're afraid of having to work together. You're afraid of your vulnerabilities with her. You're afraid of this other half of yourself because of your vulnerability to it. And your goals and your dreams are loud and they're bright. And you feel like she will tarnish anything, any steps you ever take, as she always has tarnished it, even if she heals. I can't count on her. I'm just carrying this dead weight. And somehow you start to sound like her. She's stupid, she's dumb, she's ugly, she's not worthy, and you start to sound like you're yelling at her now. Now it's coming through her voice. I hear you and her as one in this place of torment. And this it just happens for just a brief moment. And you're like, oh, what was that? Why did I just be her for a minute? Why did I just hear her say that and then I was saying it at the same time? You got freaked out by that. Like, I need to cut her off. I need to completely cut her off of me. And I was like, okay, this is good, because you're actually starting to become her and she's starting to become you. Because look at how you're harming yourself as the solution. This is what this has all been about. No harming yourself. She can't harm you, you can't harm her. This is how you will blend together. So why don't you both agree that you're both afraid? And let's see what happens. Oh, you're like, you're like this electrical, like, sound, like suddenly super loud electrical, like two different electricities that are brawling and battling one another as one like electrical event, and it's huge like the sun, okay? It's getting really worn out and exhausted, and it's almost like it's going to be reborn, and this electrical sphere of two sides of energy is rebirthing yourselves as a newborn baby of your own expression. Oh man, it's very, very emotionally felt. And you say, I want to be her, and she says, I want to be you. And you say, we are we are I, we are one another, we are together, I love you. And you both cry with different types of tears. Like you could say her tears are blue and your tears are yellow or something. So it's like you're both crying the same emotion, but you're expressing two different colored tears. You are literally two as one. It's the first time I've seen it quite on this level before. I'm going to explain some things about what this might be about. So in life in here is hard, it's confusing, and we're coming in with a lot of different meanings and ways that we interpret the world around us. One person will interpret as, people don't like me. The other person will say, oh, everybody likes me, I'm great, So how we choose to receive self-awareness based on how the world is, how people are, how we feel comfortable with that or not comfortable with that. And there's infinite levels of meaning here about this. That develops a single personality on Earth. It's actually incredible. And so let's say you took some things really, really hard, to the point that you had to separate your mind into two minds. One would behave as the mind and the other would behave as the heart. And you had to have exchanges with one another, but over a long period of time, somehow you became, in a way, two consciousness. Even though you're of the same original egg, let's say, you're the same soul, you're the soul as two souls of the same soul, working in the same body, but basically choosing two different pathways in order to maintain the balance. Something decided that this was the best way to behave, where you would have one of you would play the role of the loving and the patient and like all the virtues of the world, and the other would play the role of the ego and all the virtues of the ego, okay? And it's like the angelic side, it was softer, was gentler, was not demanding. The ego side was demanding, was creating the direction. So you can see how the growth and development took place, where one has the blue tier and one now has the yellow tier, because as you merge back together again, you're coming, it's like two heads are better than one. You're actually coming through with learning, specific soul learning that is from two different viewpoints. And now you're merging these two viewpoints together and you're becoming one body. You're like double the capacity. It's really incredible, okay? So I'll let you digest that however you want, but this is pretty, this is a profound event, okay? This can create quite a ripple of you feeling like a new person, okay? In 2022, like this year, you could really feel like you have succeeded and you feel like a new you in a way that you've been trying to strive to be, let's say. So let me watch. You're still learning how to work together because she is now aware of how she's been and how that hurt you, but you still behave as the generous one. So it's like she wants to give something to you, the heart. You're both the heart and the mind now, okay? But I see it literally is half of you is her and half of you is you, okay? She still looks like this like gorgeous princess type. Like she's very beautiful eyes and hair and skin and beautiful dress, and she still likes the same things. But she's now working with her heart, which gives her the edge of the heart. Where you now have all these heart virtues, you can start being a little bit more, having a little bit more emphasis, a little bit more say. You're going to give yourself more room to be bold, to stand up for yourself. You're not going to be the humble one now, only the humble one. You're going to be a bolder. You're going to demand more respect and more to be returned to you. It's like not because it's to feed your ego, but because you're worthy of receiving gifts of love, or however you want to look at that, okay? But you feel bolder, more confident, and even a little more sassy in a way, but you're still working with the heart, so your expressions are genuine and true to yourself. So you still are kind of vulnerable to overcompensate, like let her have more room. But she sees that when she's given more room, she actually suffocates the relationship. So she doesn't want that. She actually wants it to be balanced. And that is confusing and makes you cry. Like, wait, are you for real? Like you want me to have half of what you have? I was happy with you having all of it, but you actually want me to have half of what you have? Like, you're bawling your eyes out right now. Like you can't. It's like the first time you've ever heard this. This is the first time that this generosity was bestowed, and you never wanted it. Like you never asked for it. You wanted her to have it all, but you are her and she is you. And the only way for it to work out with the power of the potential that is incredible here is for you to be 50-50. Literally, you're gonna have to learn 50-50. Balanced exchange of giving and receiving internally, which then reflects externally, okay? And everything in your life, with the people in your life, with your work, with financial flow, with family, with your dreams, anything, 50-50, okay? I'm supposed to tell you that if there's anything in your life where you feel like you're creating I don't need 50-50. If they get 60 or 75% and I'm left with less, I feel like I have that 50%. If you have any of those types of exchanges, be very aware of that and hold people accountable for 50-50, okay? This is something you need to think about, okay? They're really saying that 50-50, moving forward, 50-50. And if someone is saying 51-49, no, there's no negotiating, 50-50, okay? Because this is an internal thing that's going on, this is an external thing. So this is what we're looking at. Okay, let's see what comes next. I see you both have this so interesting because we're talking about one soul that became two, went on two paths connected to the same body, two different perceptions, merging back together again. And as you merge together, which you are now, I see you're both standing as two people in an energy space, and you're both exchanging and sharing your personal demons with one another, and it's scary, to be honest. So we're in a space where you are working together to face your demons together, okay? But it's meant to be a challenge. It's meant to be scary. So let's see what this means. It's beautiful. So the beautiful princessy one, she is crying, and she says, "I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it." Just let me be. Let me just it's like, let me just eat some potato chips and watch TV for the rest of my life. I just don't want to do anymore. So she feels like she does feel, she carries this experience where she feels like life has dealt her the hand, and she doesn't want to muster up any more energy to face life. Literally, that is one of these personal demons that is influencing her to just give up and step back and just be done with any type of achieving anything, okay? So you, the heart side, you're both all one, but that's the only way I can really describe it. So you, Beth, okay? You're nurturing her, okay? And holding her. Because you seem to have a determination, a plan, a path, and you know that she's got to be on board with this because you have to work together. And so you're very like a positive speaker, like you're very motivating self-talk. And she's so vulnerable at getting consumed by something. Like she almost wants to just suck all this dark energy in and then become twisted by it and then take it out on you. Like this was your fault that you're having to face all this hard stuff. But she needs to stop doing that, and she knows it. Stop it. I mean, it's a bold statement, and there's no argument here. Stop it. Get up. You're two, you're not one. You're not carrying the burden all by yourself. Let Beth help you. And you start to merge together again. And you start to become that electrical ball, and I hear that clashy noise. And I start to see again the same scene with the baby being born within this big sphere of electricity of two sides, and the blue tear and the yellow tear. And you're merging again. And my guides tell me that there's going to be these weird blips, these weird moments where you have vulnerabilities, because it's almost like you're trying to share with one another in order to catch up with the wholeness of each other, but it's causing a attraction to separate again and go back to your old ways. But really, that's not going to happen. Actually, my guides say that it's going to feel like it at times, but it's actually not happening. The fabric isn't ripping. The dress is whole. But that is part of the healing process for both of you, because you both merged together now. You're both as one now. So if there's times where you feel vulnerable to certain self-expressions, like ways of communicating to yourself, putting yourself down, or feeling depressed, or feeling maybe life is squishing you or something like this, maybe feeling angry, or maybe feeling like, you know how we get those like jumbles in our emotions at times. It's like you're both going through that dark process of working through each other's stories, but you're going to see yourself come back. It's going to feel like you're knitted back together again, but you never did separate. You already are whole now. From this session forward, you're whole now. There's just going to be times where it's going to feel like that. So just be aware in your mind. Know that the reason why you feel vulnerable right now is because your two sisters are working through this, but they're working through the emotional struggle of this healing process, okay? But you're going to come back together. It's going to feel like you've always been together once you start to wake up into the harmony again with one another. You're only going to get stronger and stronger from here, because you're going to get better and better adept at working together, the both of you. And it's again extraordinary, because you literally are working with like two heads are better than one. You're working with two distinctive human memories from the same body. That's the only way I could describe it. Blended back together again. Both are working with the mind and the heart and all the chakras. Both are working together as one. So that's pretty profound stuff. I am really, it's just, thank you so much, Beth, for this. Like, I'm really honored to get the blessing to get to work with you and to see this, to learn about this, and to get to share with others here on YouTube. So I appreciate it very much. And thank you everybody for watching. If any of you are interested in exploring a session like this one, in your own words, write your own goals, go visit my website. You can book a session there at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. I'm also doing reduced cost sessions on Patreon at patreon.com/abbynormalswisdomquest. Have a great day, everybody.